Throughout the centuries, philosophers and economists proposed a number of theories that have shaped the modern view of economics. Simply put, economics is not an exact science. While the study relies on quantitative data, scholars interpret the meaning of the data differently. The interpretation of the data may differ depending on the value system of the interpreter. In the 20th century, two key economic theories emerged. The first and more popular school of thought is Keynesian economics, which is named for the British scholar John Maynard Keynes. The key principle of Keynesian economics states that in the short run, aggregate demand is affected by spending. More spending results in higher aggregate demand, which results in higher GDP, resulting in economic growth. Keynes advocated a mixed economy, which consists of both privately owned and public sectors. Government intervention and fiscal policy is to help regulate the business cycle and promote growth, especially during times of recession. Keynesianism became popular during the Great Depression and remained the dominant theory in the decades following World War II. Its popularity waned in the 1970s when stagflation ended the post-war boom. With the Great Recession of 2008, Keynesianism experienced a resurgence in popularity. This is evident in the government bailouts in the late 2000s and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009. The main criticism of the Keynesian theory is the accumulation of government debt brought on by deficit spending. Keynes defended the trade-off by saying, in the long run, we're all dead. The second theory is that of the Austrian school. Friedrich Hayek was a key figure in the development of this theory. While less popular than Keynes, Hayek's work is recognized as influential, especially in the late 20th century. The Austrian school emphasizes that markets are the best way to organize economic activity. It also advocates limited government intervention, or laissez-faire, an idea popularized by the 18th century philosopher Adam Smith. Hayek believed Keynes relied too heavily on econometrics and statistical models. He believed these models ignored human behavior and motivation and were used to confirm preconceived biases. In his book, The Road to Serfdom, Hayek, quote, warned of the danger of tyranny that inevitably results from government control of economic decision-making through central planning, end quote. Keynes himself said that he agreed with Hayek morally and philosophically, but he did not think Hayek's theories were of practical use. Hayek's ideas became popular in the late 1970s with the rise of conservatism. Though the administrations of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and President Reagan embraced his ideas, Hayek himself did not identify as conservative. One of the main criticisms of the Austrian school is that its policies contributed to the widening income inequality in the US. The middle of the graph is when Keynesianism was the dominant theory, and the right side of the graph reflects when laissez-faire policies were put into effect, increasing inequality.